Please note that the content of this video may contain errors. If you would like to view subtitles, please use the subtitle button on the screen. Now, let's begin our topic, the life of John Dickinson, political thinker. John Dickinson, the story of the man behind the American Revolution and how his ideas remain in the present. John Dickinson was born in Talbot County, Maryland in 1732. His family was of British American descent and successful plantation owners. Early in life, John was heavily influenced by his parents, who immigrated from Europe. He developed a strong interest in education. John grew up in both Pennsylvania and Delaware. His interest in law, in particular, led him to pursue a career in law. His father, Samuel, believed that his son's deep understanding of British law would be advantageous for his future, encouraged John in that direction. At the time, British laws and policies had a strong influence on the American colonies, making legal knowledge extremely valuable. As an adult, John began studying law in Philadelphia, but there was a unique background to this. At the time, Philadelphia was a center of knowledge, home to many pioneers in the fields of law, economics, and political thought. Here, John encountered people who would have a profound influence on his later political activities. Furthermore, the diverse ideas and knowledge he gained during his education would significantly contribute to the political movement leading to American independence. The legal and philosophical teachings he encountered had a profound influence on the many documents and speeches he would later write. His studies were an important period in which he not only gained legal knowledge, but also formed the foundations of his political thought. John Dickinson opened a law firm in Pennsylvania. His journey as a lawyer also paved the way for his political career. Prior to opening his law firm, he trained under the influential Philadelphia lawyer William Allen, where he not only gained legal knowledge, but also built a political network. This network would have a profound impact on his future activities. While John gained extensive experience in Pennsylvania, he witnessed firsthand the growing momentum for American independence. He was troubled by the daily deterioration of relations between Britain and America, and felt the need to take action. In the midst of this, he published a pamphlet titled A Farmer's Letter, which quickly gained attention. The Farmer's Letter, criticizing British government policies and encouraging unity among the American colonies, influenced many. Through this pamphlet, John not only shared his views with the general public, but also provided a forum for the exchange of ideas with colonial leaders. One interesting story behind this pamphlet is that John chose to keep his name anonymous when writing it. One reason is that he chose to remain anonymous. This is because he wanted his ideas to be accepted by the public without prejudice. However, even without his name, his handwriting was recognized by many contemporaries. As a result, his influence grew. Recent research suggests that John Dickinson wrote this pamphlet because of pressure from Britain, which led to criticism of the colonial legislation. Dickinson himself hoped for reconciliation between Britain and America, but his views created a powerful wave in the opposite direction, and may have contributed to the shift toward independence. In 1774, John Dickinson attended the First Continental Congress. This Philadelphia conference was held to counter the strict control of the British government. Dickinson held moderate views at the conference and favored a peaceful resolution with Britain. His views were not well received by some radicals and caused a stir. The background to this was the colonial backlash that a series of taxation policies imposed by Britain led to. In particular, his belief in no taxation without representation captured the hearts of many colonists. Dickinson understood this, yet sought reconciliation through dialogue rather than combat. However, times were changing in ways that did not allow for his gentle approach. In 1775, the battles of Lexington and Concord broke out, making armed conflict an inevitable reality. Under these circumstances, opinion within the colonies began to lean toward independence, and Dickinson's position became increasingly isolated. Nevertheless, Dickinson drafted the Olive Branch Petition in July 1775, appealing to King George III for a peaceful resolution. However, this petition was completely ignored, and the British Parliament declared the American colonies in rebellion. This was the moment that shook Dickinson's faith in peaceful means. In 1776, during the debate over the Declaration of Independence, Dickinson did not oppose independence itself, but in 1776, during the debate over the Declaration of Independence, Dickinson did not oppose independence itself, but he emphasized the risks of independence at this time. His opinions pointed out the numerous internal and external problems facing the new nation. He warned that reckless independence risked further chaos. However, his warnings were ignored by many, and Dickinson gradually became isolated. He lost political influence. The conflict Dickinson experienced during this period symbolizes the difficult choices faced by colonists at the time. Though he believed in dialogue and peace, he was destined to be swept away by the unstoppable tides of history. John Dickinson became governor of Pennsylvania in 1777. At the time, the American Revolutionary War was raging. Dickinson sought independence from Britain, but he struggled with his desire to pursue a peaceful solution. His goal was to shape a new nation not through war, but through the power of politics and law. Dickinson's commitment to achieving this through education and knowledge influenced many. He used his knowledge to help establish a new administrative system. He focused on maintaining public order and tax reform, and implemented a series of policies aimed at improving the lives of impoverished citizens. His time as governor played a key role in Pennsylvania's political and economic stability. But that's not all. Dickinson demonstrated leadership not only in Pennsylvania, but also in Delaware. In 1781, he returned to the front lines as a leader in Delaware's independence movement. Recognizing the need for federalism at the time of independence, he solidified the foundation for Delaware's economic development and legal system. His decisions and leadership here laid the foundation for clarifying the relationship between states and state legislatures. Dickinson's policies reflected his unique perspectives and beliefs. For example, he was deeply interested in the advancement of scholarship and culture. He even used his own land to establish a university. The Dickinson College he founded continues his legacy and remains a well-known institution to this day. After his death, these contributions were re-evaluated, and future generations began to view him not just as a politician, but also as an educator and Enlightenment thinker. He also became known as an educator and enlightened thinker. John Dickinson's work in Pennsylvania and Delaware marks a crucial turning point in the greater history of American independence. It will never be forgotten. His policies and character brought lasting stability to those states and offered hope and a future to many. John Dickinson was a key player in shaping America's future at the Constitutional Convention of 1787. He was a key player in shaping America's future. This convention took place amid rising tensions between the states. It was an attempt to reunite the 13 states into a single, strong federal state. Dickinson was deeply involved in discussions over the structure of the federal government, including the Virginia Plan and the New Jersey Plan. He particularly emphasized the importance of ensuring that smaller states were not treated unfairly. Dickinson supported the New Jersey Plan, particularly in proposing equal voting rights for each state. Dickinson played an important role in protecting the rights of small and medium-sized states. The New Jersey Plan ultimately avoided a government led by large states and ensured that smaller states had an equal say. Ensuring that smaller states have an equal say. During the preparations, he and the conference participants engaged in detailed discussions behind closed doors during the hot Philadelphia summer. During the conference, complex issues that were far from straightforward emerged. Amid conflicting interests among the states, Dickinson's calm consideration and ability to mediate shined. He believed that if the rights of others are not respected, our own will not be respected, and he continually sought cooperation from other states. This likely stems from his own political experiences in Pennsylvania and Delaware. Furthermore, after the Federal Constitutional Convention concluded, Dickinson played a key role in the movement to ratify the Constitution. His famous series of essays, Fabius Letters, provided a powerful argument for the need for a federal constitution. He carefully explained how a strengthened central government could bring stability and prosperity to each state, alleviating the concerns of many citizens. This movement can be considered the first grassroots movement in the United States, and through Dickinson's pen, the significance of uniting the United States as a nation was widely recognized. 20th century historians have recognized these essays as more than simply a presentation of political theory. They were sincere appeals to the public. They were the careful establishment of Dickinson's uniquely moderate position, which he continued to debate despite her disagreements with the radicals of the time. It continued to debate despite being at odds with the radicals of the time. His intellectual prowess and gentle leadership had a profound influence on future government systems. In this way, John Dickinson became a key driving force in the founding of the United States. After retiring from politics, John Dickinson returned to farming. His farmland in Kent County, Delaware, provided him with peace of mind. Through farming, he contributed to the local community and deepened his ties with the local people. Surrounding farmers began to consult him, relying on his knowledge and experience. His attitude shows that leadership does not always lie in power. But he did not completely abandon politics. He occasionally exchanged ideas with young politicians, offering insights from his own experiences. He contributed to nurturing the next generation. Dickinson also continued to spread his ideas through his writings. In particular, his ideas on the balance between individual liberty and state power influenced many people of his time. His letters and publications are still the subject of research today, showing his profound contributions to American political thought. Dickinson died quietly in Philadelphia in 1888. He left behind not only material wealth, but also a vast intellectual legacy. His ideas have had a profound influence on the interpretation and amendment of the U.S. Constitution, and continue to serve as the foundation of American politics to this day. Looking back at Dickinson's life, we see the respect he earned. His idealism, realistic political judgment, and selfless help to others demonstrated his worth not only as a politician, but also as a human being. He showed his worth as a human being. John Dickinson's legacy depends on how we remember him. This video provides us with an opportunity to re-examine what we should teach future generations. Let's discover wisdom from Dickinson's life and thought that is still relevant today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like it.